Bears put the pads on, and we got some good signs, some bad signs, some shit that happened with the defense, offense. Me, Bobby C. Dub. We're gonna get into it all and more right after this.
You are now tuned in to Chicago Bears Central, your number one place for all Chicago Bears news and content.
What's going on, Bears fans? Welcome to another episode of Chicago Bears Central, your number one spot for everything Chicago Bears related. C. Dub, Bobby Haize, we all in the building today. But let's go ahead and get into the content for today, fellas. So the pads got put on by the Bears today. We've heard a lot of positive stuff about all signs of the Bears, but it seems like the last 2 days, the Bears offense has struggled in the 2-minute drills. It looks like Javon Dexter and Zach Pickens both getting pressure on the QB. We're going to start there with the defense. We got some other surprises. What do you think about what you guys have heard about Zach Pickens and Javon Dexter really getting penetration and putting pressure on the quarterback early in training camp so far?
And Javon Dexter, particularly, all you hear is glowing words about this kid. And even from Justin Jones just the other day, he had some very kind words for this kid. It's good to hear, man. They so young and so early in training camp too, making the splash. So you usually see the ones that's been on the team for a longer tenure period. They usually dominate the beginning of It was a robot in here. Y'all ain't hear that robot?
We heard it.
The training camp. They usually dominate the early part of the training camp. So it's very intriguing to hear, especially in Zach Pickens as well, bro. You don't hear his name as much as Javon Dexter, but he's out there doing his work too. And I'm gonna just point out that it's really early in the training camps too. So let's give them some time before they work it over.
Yeah, I think I agree with you. I think it's good just to hear these guys, putting in that work, especially with the pads on. We know that pretty much when before the pads come on, you know what I'm saying? They trying to take it easy with Eberflus and stuff. It might be a little different, but the NFL got rules and stipulations where these guys, only be limited to so much contact. But it's good that these guys, they buzzing a little bit. But I think that what you said, Unc, is when Javon Dexter definitely has been getting a little bit more praise than Pickens. But I definitely think that it's all going to come down to that first preseason game, because I expect both of those guys to play some extended minutes, and then they'll be able to make a way for themselves when the actual action, is placed right in front of us. And I think we should be coming up with facing the Indianapolis Colts during camp 2. So that'll be a good thing to watch out for.
Yeah, for sure. I like what we're seeing from the defense. The fact that they're getting penetration earlier. We also heard that Travis Gibson looks like he gave some work to both Darnell Wright and Braxton Jones a little bit on today's practice. So, that's all signs of the pointing in the right direction. But what do you guys think about the training camp battle that's heating up between Terrell Smith and Tyreek Stevenson? We kind of just assumed Tyreek Stevenson was going to get that starting cornerback spot, but it seems like Terrell Smith is coming in and making it an open competition. Well, how you guys feel about that one, man?
Hey, man, the more the better, man. Hey, man, the more competition, the better the soul, bro. This gonna make Stevenson better, because I still think he gonna win all the way throughout this. He's still gonna win, but the more that the competition push him, the better he can become. And I've been hearing he been getting ate up by DJ Moore. He been getting his little reps in. He'll win a battle here and there, but I heard he been getting ate up. And this guy Terrell Smith, he ain't got nothing to lose, bro. Ain't nobody choosing. Ain't nobody thinking about him breaking the lineup or even starting at a corner. He out here playing with all this money on the table, and I appreciate that, bro. Go ahead, keep going, bro.
For real. And that's one thing that when we first heard that Eberflus was gonna come in with the hits principle, we was like, okay, he gonna bring some intensity. You want to play smart football and things of that nature. And we said it plenty of times last season as well. Even during a losing season, you seen these guys compete. I don't think there was there was some games where, they definitely tanking at this point. But there was no games to where you seen like young players go out there and actually quit or not give effort. And I think that's going to be good, because once these guys start winning some games, that effort is just going to continue to rise. And then you start to see good things. Now, as far as these two battling up in training camp, I think it's good. Tyreek Stevenson, he need you need everybody to push him, because we seen what happened early on with Kyler Gordon, and if he's starting, whether that's him or Terrell Smith, the opposing teams going after both of those guys, who no matter who's on the field, they're gonna get attacked early on, and they're gonna have to prove themselves. And I think it's good that they've been lining up Stevenson across from a guy like DJ Moore.
Yeah. I think Tariq Stevenson and DJ Moore going at it. Terrell Smith went at it with him as well. Jalen Johnson, like they're really using DJ Moore to get everybody prepped and ready for game speed. Like that's what it
Facts.
is. And I think when you look at in my opinion, you can't. The Bears win. Like us as fans, we win in a scenario like this. Like because if Terrell Smith earns and takes that cornerback 2 position, that doesn't change the potential that Tariq Stevenson has at all, right? So then we're now looking at us having a cornerback room that's Jalen Johnson, who's going to be the number 1 regardless, Tariq Stevenson, Terrell Smith, and now you throw in Velus Jones, who's going to be the nickel as well in that. Like that's talent. You can never be mad at
Kyler, yeah.
Kyler Gordon.
Yeah, Kyler Gordon.
Yeah.
I said Kyler Gordon. Who did I say?
Vegas.
I said
Velus Jones.
Yeah, Kyler Gordon.
I got you. No.
Which and we can talk about him too when we talk about the offense because it seems like Velus Jones is starting to turn some shit around.
Hey, man.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
it's pretty good to hear. And I believe I seen one of the tweets coming out from one of the Bears beat writers, pretty much saying that the Bears tried out a set to where you had Tyler Scott and Velus Jones kind of run some routes that was going to extend the field, and you had DJ Moore and I forgot the other wide receiver, but they was running like towards the flat. And if these two guys coming with speed like that, that's something that can definitely change the momentum of the game or make a great play for sure.
That's a fact. And while we're talking about wide receivers, we'd be remiss if we did not. Last year, coming into training camp, it was what's the guy, the offensive lineman? What's the light skinned dude? Well, we got a lot of
Jenkins.
Tevin Jenkins, like who really turned some heads and turned kind of the public opinion around on him in training camp. Chase Claypool, it's been nothing but glowing reviews for Chase Claypool.
Yes,
like that's the fact that all the doubt around him, people saying his mentality wasn't right. But it seemed like it's nothing. He caught a big red zone touchdown today that helped finish off a drive. Like Chase Claypool, hey, listen, I'm getting more and more excited now, bro.
Yeah, man. If we can get Chase Claypool right, bro, this completely changes the dynamics of the offense, bro. When you talk about the profile of the wide receiver position on the Bears, they all sort of in the same, they about 6 foot, except when you talk about EQ, but who's talking about EQ? He does what he does when he comes in.
Leave EQ alone, bro.
But when you add the talent that Chase has, bro, he could go up and get it. He got that thunderous speed. A big guy can help in a run game, bro. Hey, man, he could change the dynamic of this offense if we could just get him right. And this year got to be the year. I know he's sick of hearing it because I'm sick of hearing it. This guy got all the talent in the world. As soon as he get it together, he's going to take off. Got to take off now. Got to take off, bro.
Yeah, he definitely got to get it together. And I think that I think it's good to see that he's coming in. Eberflus early on said that he's, taking in the scheme in the plays, and he's doing much, much better. And we kind of gave, put that out there too, just that early bug on. We was like, bro, he came in the middle of the season. It's going to be tough. You know what I'm saying? And plus the team wasn't in the best stance, I guess, for lack of a better word. But it's good to see because now you got DJ Moore, your de facto number 1. You got your big target on the outside and Chase Claypool. And if Darnell Mooney, get it going, you got you a nice 3 guys. And we ain't even touch on the 2 tight ends that can receive and the glowing remarks that everybody been talking about regarding Robert Tonyan and his presence in the red zone alone. So,
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely exciting times now. We've heard a lot of things about Justin Fields and his growth as a quarterback so far in this offseason. They struggled a couple of times in the red zone the last 2 days. They end up still finishing with the touchdown in the red zone today on the second drive, but it seems like 7-on-7s, they're having a little bit of issue with the 2-minute drills. Now, do you guys think that is a bigger sign of concern for the offense, or do you think that's a bigger sign of positivity for the defense? How are you guys taking that part of it?
I'm gonna take it's a big uplift for the defense. It's good for the defense because it's early still for the offense. I'm still gonna call it. It's still early, even though I would like them to be more far ahead in the offensive scheme and be making positive plays about now. It's still training camp, so y'all ain't hearing that, bro.
I heard that time. That's voicemail. Just so I can mute that shit. Go ahead.
So I think that's good for the defense. Well, with all those weapons, who knows? I don't know. I wasn't at the training camp. I don't know if we had, all the the weapons out there. But it's good that the defense is showing some fight out there, especially at 7-7s. And I think we got a talented defensive backfield, so they're going to get some pushback from that defense for sure.
Yeah, and I think I agree with you. I think that is good for the defense, but I also like to, point out that it's also a learning process for the offense. These guys, they're gonna have to, when it comes down to that 2-minute drill, you got to be on point, and that's gonna come with time together. That's gonna come with some experience, hopefully down in the preseason, but we don't expect that much. But hopefully it progresses as the season go on. But I would like to add that we've, even though there hasn't been much success when it comes to touchdowns and things like that, you do see things that are being put out there by Bears media, like, hey, Justin Fields hit a nice slant. It ain't too many slants we seen Justin Fields do. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? So Justin Fields hit a nice slant. Justin Fields threw a 50-yard bomb to Tyler Scott. So I look at that as progression, because now you're moving the ball downfield, and we know how things get when it's only 2 minutes left on the clock in that fourth quarter. It get tough and it get tight.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a fact. I mean, we needed to improve that area and part of our game anyway. So it seems like we're starting to do that. And you want them to go. Would rather them go through the growing pains with their own teammates now in training
Right.
camp than it happened during the season. So
Right. Yeah, and that's why I mentioned it earlier when they got to go to practice against the Indianapolis Colts, because I mean, some people might look at the Indianapolis Colts as not being a really good team. I don't know how other people feel about them, maybe average or something like that. But just to go against different competition and team possibly with a different scheme and different players that got different strengths, I think that's gonna be a good test for this offense for sure. I know it's just training camp and all that, but I still think it's a good test to see where you at.
And we are taking to effect that the reps were, well, I think they did like 48 reps today. They're gonna double them up tomorrow. So, it wasn't a lot of reps out there for you can, to really take of what's going on with the offense. So let's give them to tomorrow or something, or further down the road, before we start saying, okay, and we rolling our eyes. You know what I'm saying?
For
yeah, I
sure.
mean it's training camp. Ain't no point to start rolling any eyes or
Yeah,
anything
yeah.
quite yet. You
Yeah.
got the sky is falling people that are gonna throw a knee jerk reaction anytime anything happens out there. We don't want to get into that so far. But so we have any other position battles, anything you guys are looking at before we kind of talk about specific players that we haven't talked about yet that have shined in training camp so far? Anything else that stood out that you guys have heard that you want to talk about at all from
Yeah,
training camp?
absolutely.
Okay.
Tyler Scott, the kid from Cincinnati, correct?
Yes.
Yeah.
Every time I hear about this kid is wide open. Every time I hear him, he's 5 feet wide open. He's 3 yards wide open. This kid can get open now. Now he has been having trouble holding on to the ball. He's had some drops. But if he can get that wide open, that's already defeating half of the job on the football field.
For sure.
That's a
Come on,
fact.
bro.
For sure.
Yeah, I mean, let's hope that continues, bro. Like
Mm.
Tyler Scott, him if he comes in and he's able to make an impact, even it's going to be special teams. The special teams coach has already said him and Velus Jones are both really shining on the special teams aspect of it. But if they even can use Tyler Scott in some specialty lineups, man,
Yeah.
and that speed, that changes, like, because you at that point you have him and Darnell Mooney, who are both very quick
Right.
possession receivers. You have DJ Moore, who is just the number one for a reason, and then now with Chase Claypool, and it seemed like he's improved a lot and has a better understanding of the game. I tell you what, man, that's going, as long as we can keep Justin upright and Luke Getsy's calling the right plays, we can get super creative on that offensive side of the ball, bro.
Absolutely.
Limitless. Don't take Velus Jones Jr. out of that equation neither. Like, he can be one of those gadget players as well. End
Oh, for sure.
arounds,
For sure.
screens. Come on now with his
I
burst.
mean,
He
yeah,
got
people
to catch it first.
They tried to start using him in the running game some last season too. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, DJ Moore got used in the running game with Carolina Panthers last
Sure
season.
did.
We used Chase Claypool before he got hurt in the running game. You just like Luke Getsy has almost no excuse not to open
No
up.
excuse.
Oh, none, zero. And we got to see some special too. Like, don't be vanilla out there, boy. You got so many gadgets and shit. Make that shit fun, bro. Make that shit fun
Facts.
for the players, bro.
Facts. Agreed. 100%.
Yeah, that's a big fact. Big facts there. Travis Gibson. A lot of people talking about getting a veteran edge, things like that. But he's the first player that I want to talk about. Alex Shapiro talked about this. Travis Gibson has flashed throughout. He beat Darnell Wright several times to flush Justin Fields or notch potential sacks, and it looks like he saw Javon Dexter on one-on-ones as well. Like, so Travis Gibson, Javon Dexter stepping out. What do you guys think about Travis Gibson? A lot of questions about the Bears bringing in a veteran edge. Do you think Gibson could show enough between him and Terrell Lewis as well? Can they show enough to where the Bears don't feel the need to go out and get a vet edge?
I think they could. They got to continue. I'm not swayed already just off a couple good performances in training camp. I think they gave you a perfectly good opportunity all of last year, and I don't think you stepped up to the task. So I still think you got some work to do. It's intriguing to hear what you're doing right now. Is pretty good, but keep on going. That's all I got to keep pushing, young man.
That's the same mindset I have. I love to hear it. I love to see it, but I want to see what the game film says. I want to see this guy go out here against other competition and put other quarterbacks on their back. You know what I'm saying? And make sure that you don't allow your safety to have more sacks than you, bro.
That's crazy.
That's
Yeah.
unacceptable. No defensive lineman on this team going into next season should be out sacked by a safety, bro. That's unacceptable. So
Rookie safety.
so I'm gonna give him. I'm gonna stand pat. I'm gonna remain even keel. But we rooting for you, bro. We want everybody to succeed. So let's go. Put it on wax.
Yeah, I mean, if Travis Gibson can step up and perform consistently for the Bears, and they don't have to use any assets, anything else to shore up that defensive end, it helps. He's also in the contract year; it's going to help him. And I know people are throwing out doubt, like, okay, if it happens in the contract year, is it going to be legit? But like we saw him before with the formidable defensive line, and I think also having DeMarcus Walker out there, because what I've been hearing from camp so far from Pat, shout out to Pat the designer, who actually been at Bears training camp every day but once, but he's talked about how the leadership that DeMarcus Walker is bringing there is already evident, that the young guys, even Travis Gibson, the rookies, everybody, when Walker talks, they've been listening, bro. So like having that leadership on the defensive line for one that we sent off most of our veterans that were on that D line, he's stepping in and giving a lot of what we need there. So,
oh wow, I want to get a praise to the young players on the defensive line for even allowing DeMarcus Walker to be a leader out there. Yeah, I assume that Justin Jones is also a leader out there on the line.
You know what's weird? I haven't seen or read anything about Justin Jones so far in training.
No, really?
I personally haven't.
Yeah, just a few comments regarding other players, but it hasn't. I'm with you, Haize.
Not with the play
that I've seen. At least y'all correct us if we're wrong, but I haven't seen nothing other than him commenting on other players, but nothing saying that he had a sack or 2 sacks today. You know what I'm saying? Nothing like that.
Yeah, but you got to give it up to them kids for allowing somebody to be a leader. To them. These kids are different, and I appreciate what they doing right there. Listen to somebody, bro. They take you somewhere. You can't do everything on your own, bro. Travis Gibson and Robertson, they know that from last year when Roquan and what's the with the hairline who left us, Robert Quinn, when he left us, they kind of lost it for sure.
Yeah,
the man straight started drawing on his hairline too. What we doing here, bro? What we doing here?
That's how I see it.
But before we go, we got to talk about. It seems like a couple of people may have gotten banged up in training camp today. Nate Davis didn't practice. I can't remember off the top, and there are a couple of other guys who got banged up. So
Jack Sanborn.
Yeah, Jack Sanborn got banged up as well. Yeah, DeMarcus Walker. So I understand that this is why the NFL has it to where you can only do so much contact in these practices. But how concerned are you guys that we may not be able to go into the season fully healthy?
Oh man, this is the National Football League, bro. I don't think it's ever a season where the Chicago Bears went into the first game of the season completely healthy. I don't think that's right for any team. We could just pray and hope that we're healthy. Injury is a part of this game for sure. I think everybody will touch some type of injury, a jam thumb or something. You're gonna get injured. This season is how you play with them and how you get over that hump, I guess. So nah, I don't even think about that because this is what the game is all about. It's too fucking reckless, bro. It's
Yeah.
300-pound men running into each other, bro.
That's facts.
But me, it's not. I'm not gonna be that concerned, man, unless I hear like, hey, this player is out for several weeks. You know what I'm saying? Right now, I'm
Yeah.
just think that like, hey, a guy went down. They're gonna treat it with caution. You know what I'm saying? Simply because they want as many players to be as healthy as they can be. You know what I'm saying? Most players go into the season 90% healthy, and they get healthier later on in the season, or they start off 100 and they go down to 80. So it's gonna be different for every type of player. But as of right now, I wouldn't. I'm not too concerned unless Eberflus comes out and say, hey, X, Y, and Z, these two guys are gone for 3-4 weeks or something like that.
Yeah, and after his press conference, he did say we don't talk about minor injuries. We only talk if they're gonna miss significant time. So I'm gonna just ride with him on, bro.
For sure.
I think it's more of a precautionary thing. I wanted to bring it up because the headlines were out there, but like I think it's more like you take a hard hit with pads on. It's like, all right, man, we ain't playing for nothing. Sit your butt down for
On the
nothing.
real.
Go ahead and sit down. You good, man. Thank you for your time. We'll see you tomorrow. Like that's it.
Yeah. Yeah, this ain't Pop Warner where your coach be like, he just knocked the wind out you. Get back out there.
Bro,
Get back
like,
out there.
Go get him back.
Right.
Exactly. Go get yours back.
Yeah, right.
Before we go though, so how you guys feeling about overarching thoughts before we get up out of here today? How you guys feeling about Bears training camp and just everything over the 6 days so far of training camp that we've heard?
One word: excitement, bro. And then add on the extra caveat: the Bears finally put on them pads today, bro. And y'all should relish in that. I'm talking to y'all in the chat and us, because in a minute, the way this damn league is going, we're gonna be playing fucking tag football. So y'all about to relish these pads, bro. Relish the pads and the violence, bro. The violence.
Hey man, if these people who never played sports and these single mothers had their way, bro, like we be playing pity patter for football. We be out there like this, just go out your hand, spirit finger him. Oh, his finger touched him, he's down. That's
bro,
man.
Yo, leave our stuff alone. Do we mess with reality shows, bro? Why they can't
Lifetime and be like, more people need to get shot on Lifetime? What y'all doing?
Y'all ignorant.
Leave football alone, bro. Damn.
But the whole training camp for me, man, is just very intriguing. I've been very, very interested in diving into it, and I just like what I'm seeing, man. I'm just taking it all in. I'm excited to see my my quarterback and what he can do with his new weapons. That's hey. The last one we seen that provide a little bit of excitement from the quarterback position was Jake Cutler, and we was mad as hell at him a couple times because some of the stuff he did. Justin Fields, I think, is a different breed, but he still got to prove it. But at the end, be all, I'm excited and I'm very intrigued of what I'm seeing.
And one more thing, Greenberg, I like Greenberg. I like Greenberg, but he's not gonna be the last person that jumps ship. It's coming. They're gonna be coming quick.
Oh, hey, listen, I told you, let the Bears start off 3-1, 4-1. Like everybody on the national. I love that Greeny dropped facts. I love that he everything that Greeny said, and it's not like he was just like saying, "Hey, it was this glowing stuff." He pointed out some of the mistakes and some of the things that went wrong with the team too. Greeny said everything that needed to be said. Fair analysis, bro.
Fair.
Yep. That's how we ask anyway. Be fair.
Exactly. Be fair. That's it. We know we're not the best team in the world yet, but it's coming. It's coming. It's coming. Just wait until 1 year we talking about the Chicago Bears team offense specifically that's led by Justin Fields, Roshan Johnson, DJ Moore. We just gonna be going in the White Rhino.
In the White Rhino, bro. Yo, bro, White Rhino.
I'm so happy that man got his money, bro.
He got that bread.
Me too.
I ain't been. I can't say that on the air. I'll tell y'all after we end. I can't say what I was gonna say.
Is the White Rhino married, bro? Did he marry his girl?
I don't know, bro.
It's probably finna happen. He finna get married now. He just gonna be.
He gonna come out and have a great season. He gonna be good,
bro. He on cloud now. Like, bro, we looking for a new house. I can go get me a better car, bro. We can start having kids, baby. We finna kill. He just in a different level now, White Rhino, bro. Different.
Let's go.
Yeah, and if you see the shape that man's in, that dude is different, bro.
I don't think shooting gonna work with him, bro.
Not one,
bro.
Not one.
What these kids got in the rack, nephew? They got the switch. You're gonna need a couple switches.
No, you're gonna need those bullets John Wick had in the last movie, the dragon fire that set people on fire at the same time. Like, you gonna need that.
Y'all crazy.
That's a big motherfucker, boy. And he's the nicest guy, bro. How you
he's
doing?
a good kid. Good
How you
kid,
doing?
man.
Good, but big as hell, run you over, bro. Big.
That's funny. That's funny. Bobby, go ahead and send us off, brother.
But all right, y'all. Hey, thank y'all for tuning in, man. Let's keep this thing going. Y'all already know. Number one spot for all Chicago Bears. Come on
You
now.
already
Y'all
know,
already
though.
know. Make sure y'all hit me and Unc up at Shy Bulls Podcast and NBA Central. And y'all already know. Y'all can follow Drip on all social media platforms at Drip. Now I'm just playing at CEO Haize. At CEO Haize. Hit my man up.
That's crazy. That's really people really refer to me as that shit now. That's crazy.
Drip.
You guys can follow us collectively at Shy Bear Central. You can send us any feedback, questions, comments, concerns, ChicagoBearCentral@gmail.com. Lastly, you want to leave a text message and a voicemail, 773-242-9336 with the number one spot for everything Chicago Bears related. And like we like to end every episode of Chi-Town up, Bear down. Love you guys. Peace, y'all.
This has been a presentation of the Break Media.